work that left cars stuck in the ice. Investigators believe that a man whose body was found in Port Chester died of hypothermia.
Meanwhile, a buildup of ice on train tracks caused big delays during the morning rush for New Jersey Transit and LI riders. And take a look at this. Crews out on the Hudson breaking up the ice so that ferries can carry commuters. We'll head out to our team of reporters in just a minute, but we begin with meteorologist Bill Evans and the AccuWeather forecast.
Well, it hasn't warmed up a whole lot since then either. As a matter of fact, the temperature should be around 40 degrees right now, and our temperature with blue skies, sunshine, blustery conditions outside is right around 2 earlier this morning. Now we're kind of right around 13 degrees outside in and around this morning. As you see, we've got high pressure giving us blue skies across the area, and as we go into the day, we'll not see that temperature rise a whole lot as we go into the afternoon and head on into the afternoon hours. So we're looking at 13 degrees, but we've had some major league cold record lows overnight. 3 at JFK, the old record back in 1950. Iceland, 2 degrees back in 93. LaGuardia, 5 degrees, same back in 1950. So it was either 1950 or 1966, but look at Newark, 1936. It had to go way back then for the temperature to get at 1 degree. It was 5 was the old record there. So we're breaking some historic numbers here. You know, we're talking about 60 years in some cases, and we're talking about 70 years, 80 years in other cases. So we're talking about very big time cold we haven't seen for a long time. We also have a wind out of the west and the northwest here, 15, 20 miles per hour across the area. This will continue through the afternoon. So the wind chills now are 2 below in the park to 15 below north and west, 2 and 10 below. You see everybody's still below 0 with that wind out there. Well, we got snow coming for tomorrow evening, and that's what we're going to talk about next. This system is getting together here in the Central Plains. That will be bringing us snow and rain and ice and everything, the kitchen sink coming up for the weekend in your AccuWeather 7-day forecast. We'll talk about that coming up in just a few minutes. Lori, back to you.
All right, Bill, thank you. Now on to some of the problems that we've been experiencing because of the cold. There have been a number of water main breaks across the area, particularly in New Jersey. Eyewitness News reporter Darla Miles is in Inglewood with that part of our story. Darla.
Laura, crews were able to get this water main break here contained in just about an hour. In fact, they did such a good job here on Dean Street, you can barely tell where they patched the hole, but that's not after it caused a big headache for commuters.
So I was like, oh my God, it's cold, I couldn't even move.
This is the mess that forced 18-year-old John Chiquisa to walk an extra 10 minutes and 3 blocks away to work.
I was trying to get in my parking, but there were so many cars on it. So I got away like 3 blocks away from here, and then I parked my car there.
How long have you been sitting in this traffic?
I've been sitting here for about a good 20 minutes now.
A water main break right at 9 a.m. Friday morning shut down parts of Dean Street in Inglewood, New Jersey. Commuters had to weave through a detour while United Water crews worked fast to make the repairs.
I usually come down this area, but the infrastructure all throughout the state is kind of deteriorating in certain places, and especially when you have residential houses. It's very difficult for them to get in here sometimes and repair the streets, but it's a necessity because people have to have hot water and they have to have heat.
It was the same scene in Jersey City after an overnight water main break jammed up the early morning commute at the intersection of Tunnelly and Carlton Avenues. Drivers also got snagged by water main breaks on Dorothy and Pleasant Avenues in Rochelle Park and at the intersection of 1st and 7th Avenue in Newark, where all of the splashing water iced over cars, just like it did to Christian Cluda's car over in Inglewood.
It seemed like a water main that had broke, and every time that a car drove through the water, it splashed onto my car. By the time I got out to my car, there was over an inch thick of ice covered on the entire side of my car.
Now again, this water main break here in Inglewood has been repaired, but in Jersey City, crews there are expected to be there all day, so they want commuters to know that there will be continued delays on the 1 and 9. Reporting live in Inglewood, Darla Miles, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
All right, Darla, thank you. Now to what appears to be a hypothermia death in Westchester County. A 31-year-old man discovered behind a school in Port Chester. Eyewitness News reporter Marcus Solis is there with the details. Marcus.
Again, this is the alleyway where the victim was found. It is unclear how long he had been lying there. It could be hours. Now, police say there was no sign of foul play, but the victim was partially dressed, and that is a telltale sign of a severe hypothermia. The medical examiner removed the victim this morning. An autopsy will provide a definitive cause of death, but there are signs the brutal cold played a role. The victim was found around 7 this morning by a worker at the Corpus Christi Holy Rosary School on South Region Avenue. The unidentified man was found in an alleyway behind the school. Police say there were no obvious signs of foul play or violence, but there was a 50-foot trail of clothing leading to the victim's body. In some cases of severe hypothermia, victims actually undress as they become increasingly disoriented. No comment from administrators, but classes in the elementary school are proceeding as normal. Now, police are trying to locate surveillance footage in the area to try and see if they can tell what time the victim was traveling through the area. That victim, 31 years old, a resident of Port Chester, his identity has not yet been released. And we're live in Port Chester. Marcus Solis, Channel 7. Eyewitness News.
All right, Marcus, thank you. Well, the extreme cold caused big delays getting in and out of Manhattan on the rails this morning. LIRR service is back to normal, but New Jersey Transit and Amtrak riders face long waits because of a buildup of ice on the tracks under the Hudson River. Eyewitness News reporter Renee Stoll is live now at Penn Station with details for us. Renee.
Lori, just about 5 minutes ago, I went into Penn Station to check the delays. The boards actually have the word delayed up more than the words on time. Amtrak and New Jersey Transit doing the worst at up to an hour delay. It's a waiting game at Penn Station in New York.
I'm looking like I'm about a half hour behind.
Track trouble is causing delays for Amtrak and New Jersey Transit trains coming into Penn Station because of ice frozen on one of two tracks under the Hudson River. Delays have been anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes. If anyone knows about problems on the tracks, it's this guy.
Well, they have to run just one track to go in and out of Penn, so I'm used to it. I'm a train conductor for MTA.
We found travelers trying to make their way to Newark Airport to catch a flight, now trying to figure out what to do in order to make their plane.
We gotta have an alternate plan. I'm trying to come up with mine. I'm hoping that my Southwest flight will be delayed.
The LIRR is also experiencing up to 30-minute delays after a New Jersey Transit train took down an overhead power line, causing a power outage and a backup of trains in the East River tunnels. Even with all these delays, it seems most travelers were rather tolerant and planned for problems.
I'm just gonna be patient, one thing at a time.
In cold weather, it's life,
Now, just recently, the LIRR is back to normal. To help out with the other delays, the PATH train is accepting New Jersey Transit tickets and passes. Reporting live at Penn Station in Midtown Manhattan, Renee Stoll, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
All right, Renee, thank you. And remember, you can stay on top of the weather conditions on the go with our AccuTrack Alert app. It is free to download from the Apple app or Google Play stores.
Now to turn to some of the other news of the day. A scare for people eating breakfast at a high-end restaurant in Manhattan. A large mirror fell off the wall of the trendy French restaurant Balthazar. Eyewitness News reporter Jim Dolan is in Soho with the details. Jim?
And Ken, you can see the fire department still here, still checking out exactly what happened here. What we know is this, if you've ever been inside Balthazar, you know that the walls are covered with big antique mirrors that cover whole sections of the wall. Well, today one didn't come crashing down, but it became unmoored from the wall and started to come down. Let's look at some video we shot just a short while ago. Management was closing the blinds so that we couldn't get a good look as to what happened inside, but people were posting pictures on social media. This one came from Twitter this morning, where diners saw this mirror come falling down. They could hear it coming off of the wall. And again, we said it didn't crash down, but it did come down rather quickly. One person was hurt. Could have been a whole lot worse. As one diner expressed it, though, one person, a doctor, may have saved a lot of lives.
This really awesome gentleman threw his wife out of the way and kind of held the mirror on his own until others came to prop it up. It was really a wonderful story about no one really getting hurt.
Yeah, one person was hurt and is taken to the hospital. The injuries are not considered serious. A lot of the patrons and a lot of the workers in the restaurant did come and help support that mirror and put it back up so that people could get out from underneath where it fell. Again, one person hurt here. The injury is not considered serious or life-threatening, but a lot of panic here as that mirror, this enormous mirror, came unmoored from the wall this morning. Reporting live, Jim Dolan, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Wow. All right, Jim, thank you. And coming up, exclusive video of the hunt to catch a killer on the run with a girl for the first time. See how the FBI saved her.
And a countdown to the Oscars will show you how some in Hollywood are going to the extreme to take home that golden statue.
To 95, before your next trip, ask yourself,
From the website.
America. And don't miss Live with Kelly and Michael, the After Oscar Show, Monday morning on ABC7.
We now know when the special election to replace convicted former U.S. Representative Michael Grimm will be held. Governor Cuomo says the election in the 11th Congressional District and the 43rd Assembly District will take place May 5th. Grimm, the former Republican congressman from Staten Island, stepped down in January after pleading guilty to tax evasion. Now on to the countdown for Oscar Sunday. Hollywood studios spent millions promoting their movies, hoping to take home that golden statue.
ABC's Mary Bruce gives us a look at just what the studios and the stars are doing to try to win.
He's the most wanted man in Hollywood, Oscar, and studios are going to the extreme to get their hands on him. From billboards aimed at getting the Academy's attention to never-ending ads and lavish parties, the studios pulling out all the stops to promote their films. The stars are also out in full force, touting their flicks and interviews.
I don't know whether to call you Batman or Birdman. Michael. All right.
And on red carpets.
This is an amazingly surprising movie.
When it comes to the price of these publicity campaigns, the sky is the limit. By one estimate, Hollywood will spend over $100 million to secure an Oscar. That's only worth about $400. These campaigns aren't just about winning one of those coveted gold statues. This is also about winning big bucks.
Oscars help legitimize studios, so as many awards as they can win, that can mean bigger projects in the future, bigger stars wanting to work with them, and ultimately more money.
But the biggest payoff is perhaps in reputation.
The campaigning goes beyond just getting that statuette. It's also about bragging rights, it's about ego, it's about which studio produces the best film.
And in this town, earning that prestige is priceless. Mary Bruce, ABC News, Hollywood.
And entertainment reporter Sandy Kenyon is in Hollywood. His reports are going to begin later today on Eyewitness News. And you can follow him on Twitter for everything behind the scenes at Sandy Kenyon 7. Now, tomorrow night, Sandy and Dana Fleming will bring us the Road to Gold and Academy Awards preview. That begins at 7 p.m. right here on Channel 7. And here's the lineup for Oscar Sunday. The red carpet special begins at 5 p.m. Then we have Eyewitness News at 6 p.m. The red carpet special returns at 6:30. Then the Oscars opening ceremony kicks off at 7 p.m. with the Academy Awards beginning at 8:30.
Great. Well, before the Oscars, you might want to catch a movie. Kevin Costner returns to the big screen in McFarland, USA, but does he deliver?
And Westminster show Dogs lost at Kennedy Airport. Where'd they end up?
Also taking a live look outside, bitter cold and more snow is on the way. Meteorologist Bill Evans is up next with your exclusive AccuWeather forecast. Well, look at the bright side. It is Friday.
That's right. That dress tells me it's Friday.
That woman who sent me a tweet. She was like, it's 3 degrees. Lori looks like she should be hosting cocktails on a yacht in the Caribbean.
See? Tour director Lori here on the Love Boat. I'm glad you wore that.
Yes.
Because otherwise we would be freezing in here. It really makes us feel a lot better. It's all in your mind. It's all in your mind. It's not cold outside. Just look at Lori. Here's what's going on. We got a real cold noon hour, even for this time of year. It's 13 degrees outside. You'll see we got blue skies, and the ferries have been working back and forth. I just saw the Circle Line going up. I tell you what, that Circle Line's tough, man. You're taking the tour boat today. Make sure you're inside and take some frequent breaks. You go in and out of that today. Or you're taking, you're making the commute later on today, riding the ferries back and forth. There goes the water taxi, there goes the C Street. They're all going back and forth. It's just cold. You got to get inside, get in there quick, and grab a seat. Current temperature is 13 degrees. Normally, it would be about 40 right now. The humidity is dry. The wind is northwest at 14 to 24. So we have this.
Enough. You say they crash like we're warm now.
Right.
Thanks, Bill.
Oh,
Just it's Friday.
Such an innocent look.
Have a nice
Who,
weekend.
me?
Sorry.
Thank you, Bill. A life-saving call. See what a grandmother did with the help of a 911 dispatcher to save her grandchild's life.
And a selfie lands a teen in jail. We're going to show you why it got the attention of police.
New video of thieves taking a van full of dogs and raising questions from police and also the animals' owners. Police in Chicago released surveillance video of two men getting into the dog-sitting company's van and then driving away. Original reports said that the van was stolen at gunpoint at a busy intersection. And now police say the confrontation with the gun may have taken place out of camera range. It is unclear why the vehicle was left running. All 7 dogs were found safe and sound.
A teen records a singing selfie in a stolen vehicle. Now he faces a car theft rap. Police investigating recent car thefts near Houston tracked down Kenneth Davis. His phone had one video of him driving a stolen car and singing along to the Drake song, How About Now? Well, police say the phone also linked into other car thefts. Davis is being held on $12,000 bond.
A 911 dispatcher helps a frantic woman save her infant granddaughter's life by calmly walking her through the steps of CPR.
I'm going to tell you how to get napkin out.
Well, the woman found her 18-month-old granddaughter not breathing in the pool at her Texas home, but the dispatcher's help. She was able to resuscitate the child with 2 puffs of air.
If it wasn't for what she did, it might not have been the same right outcome.
You okay? Yes, I thought my grandbaby. I know. You did a good job, okay?
Well, you can hear the relief in the grandmother's voice after her granddaughter woke up and started crying. The child is now doing fine.
Wow. Well, they're causing issues for mass transit, delays from trains to ferries. Another update is ahead in our next half hour.
Plus, a teen kidnapped by someone she knew, and now there's exclusive new video of the FBI rescuing her.
Eyewitness News at noon is coming right back, but now the midday New York State Lottery draw.